Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. Hey Colton, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kryptonite channel.
All right, today we're going to discuss a little bit Solana, down again, which is not good. I mean, Bitcoin is down in the sense of price, but Solana is down in the sense of the blockchain again. They had to stop it. Another bug they have to fix, and this is becoming a lot of downtime. Let's look at it. So Solana took a dive this morning, minus 12%. After suffering their second outage in a month. So the last time was May 2nd, and it was like 7 hours. And this time, once again, second outage. Basically, this is their fifth outage since the beginning of the year. Basically, they're getting an outage every month on average. So this is getting really, really bad. People are getting really pissed off. People are getting really concerned. Like, is it even all that everybody's saying it is? What people don't always realize is they're a proof of history, which is slightly different than proof of work and proof of stake. Solana, so they're playing, with different things. They're a beta. As far as I see it, they are still in beta, and they are still in beta. This is not a finished product, contrary to what a lot of people think. So they still have lots of bugs to work out, still a lot of problems to work out. And that's the price you pay when you're trying to rush, trying to go through things very, very fast, as opposed to, let's say, a Cardano. Cardano passes 20 million transaction mark without a single outage in 4 years. Yeah. That's because ADA, they take their time. People making fun of ADA, saying like, they're slow, they're this, they're that, they take their time. Yeah, but their product is very reliable. No outage in years, ever. Yeah. So Solana, 5 outages since the beginning of the year. And I forgot how many outages last year, but probably 4 or 5 also. So, they're just having problems after problems after problems because, yes, great technology and they have some great stuff and it's promising, but they're rushing through things. When you look at it, when you look at the price, the Bitcoin, we were at 31,500 yesterday, dropped to 29 something last night, like 29.5 or maybe even a little lower, I forgot. 29.4. Now it's back up at roughly 30. But Solana, it's at $40 compared to their all-time high, which was back in $260. So they're down about, 6 folds, a little bit over 6 folds. So they could, it would take more than 6x to go back to their all-time high. The problem is the more outages they have, the more they're going to damage their reputation. So, and that also shows you another thing, I'm not saying Cardano is much better and you should put all your money in Cardano, but at some point people are like, oh yeah, Solana, they're gonna be the Ethereum killer, they're gonna replace everything. Not really, not now, for sure, but not to say that they're not a good project and they're not gonna go anywhere. No, they'll probably go somewhere, but it's also good to bet on other projects because there are other projects that are very solid. And at some point, people get tired, whenever even the pros, the guys that love the project, they're going to be like, ooh, Solana is the best. At some point, they're going to get tired. They're going to be like, hey, you know what? Too many outages. This is not reliable enough. I'm switching to something else. That's why you want to diversify. If you putting some money on all altcoins and you like L1s, for instance, like Cardano, like Solana, like Avalanche, Algorand, There's many out there. Ethereum, of course. You diversify, because if one of them takes a dive, we saw with Terra Luna, those that put all their money on Terra Luna, well, they lost most of it so far. We'll see if the Terra 2.0 comes back. It's out now. People receive their tokens and the airdrops and all that kind of stuff. Price-wise, not doing too bad. It lost some money because obviously a lot of people sold, but now it has stabilized. We'll see if it ever comes back, but that's, a lot of ifs, and it's going to be sometime in the future. So Solana probably hurt badly by this other outage yet again. If we see the correction we said we're probably going to see, when we most likely going to drop lower to the $20,000 range with Bitcoin, we might see Solana at $20. Easy. Maybe even below 20. And at that point, might not be a bad idea to pick up some, but as long as you also pick up some others. ADA or Avalanche, or any of the other top projects, because you want to spread your money and not bet on one horse, So Polkadot is great. Tron is doing pretty good right now. So Avalanche, of course. Polygon is great. It's like more layer 2 on the top of Ethereum, but it's still very good. Near Protocol. So you can bet on some of the few other projects, but yeah, this is definitely not good for Solana. They need to regroup. They need to do something. They cannot come up with excuses. Now they said like, yeah, this is going to help us because now this bug is going to be fixed. It was a bug, and the bug's going to be fixed, and now we won't have that problem ever again. Yeah, but you can't use those excuses forever, because at some point, people are just going to be tired of outages after outages after outages. So my word to the Solana team is get your shit together. Sorry, there's no other way to say that. It's, you can't keep on releasing stuff. If your product is too much of a beta, then don't release, or just warn people everywhere like, hey, this is a beta product, this is not a finished product. Here they're acting like it's a finished product, everything is good to go, and it's not. And the proof is in the pudding. It's having outages upon outages. So, but it's not a dead project, obviously. But they got to be careful. You can have a few mishaps and people will forgive you. If you have them way too often and it keeps on happening, at some point people are just going to stamp, unreliable.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Any feedback, any comments, Colton?
I guess it's more for the people like me who, you have not a very, true understanding of blockchain, but, it's to my understanding, like you just showed, Cardano, I've never heard of a blockchain failing. Is this a common thing that happens, Boris, or no?
Yes, not all. Ethereum has never failed. That's the reason why everybody use them so much, and they command higher fees whenever you're doing processing, things on whether it's minting NFTs or sending coins, across the world. They command a higher price because they are super reliable. Cardano is the same, 4 years, not a glitch, nothing, because they take their time. But we've had several. Avalanche had one a few months ago. That was pretty much the only one I think they ever had. Solana, they're going to be the master of outages. And then we have a few others that have had issues, and they had to stop them. The other day, whenever they switched from Terra Luna, the old Luna, Luna Classic, now they call it, to the new Terra Luna 2.0, they had to stop the blockchain for, I believe, a few days. to make the switch because it was a fork, and since it was so short and so everything, like they most of the time when they have time to program a fork, which is what it is when things are shifting and there are new things, when they have plenty of time to prepare, like Cardano or Ethereum has done it many times, no outages. It's programmed, and at a specific block, boom, it switches, to the new protocol and this and that, and people don't even realize that they just switched. But when it's brutal, when it's a bug, when they're forced to do something because it's going in and it's going to mess up the whole thing, that it's forcing the developers team to actually stop the blockchain. And sometimes it could be a few minutes, sometimes it could be hours or even days. So it's not supposed to happen, it's like a database. You're not supposed to stop a database, but unfortunately it happens from time to time. And that's usually projects that are not completely ready for the market. So.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And, this is my last question, but, I never thought of it as in terms of a beta. And that's a good, analogy that you threw out there. So my question to you, though, Boris, is would you invest in this beta right now, or would you wait, until, they figure out this bug and then you put some money into it, or are you going to jump into it right now because it is nosediving?
That's always a tough question, because obviously you can make more money if you invest early,
Yes. Correct.
But at the same time, too many mishaps and people losing faith into a product could cost them dearly. Personally, since I believe that we're going to have a much bigger correction coming up, we're going to probably dive under 20K for Bitcoin. It's the most likely scenario, at least that should happen.
Okay.
And they are still at $40, for Solana. I think we can see Solana easily at $18 or something like that. If I go back a year, a year ago, they were at $23, like back in July. So
you could go below that,
To me, it can go below that if the whole market corrects greatly, because when they were at 23 last year, at the same time, Bitcoin was around 30,000. So it was exactly where it is right now, except that we're roughly have almost double the price of Solana compared to a year ago.
Yeah.
So to me, if Bitcoin drops quite a bit, and because of the mishaps and because of, everything else, yes, we could probably see Solana at least around the 20 something number, maybe even below 20. At that point, that can be interesting to take a little risk, because you're like, man, it could go right back up to all-time high. And if you buy it for $20 and it goes back to 260, you have like 12, 13x your money. Yeah. So I think at that point that might be interesting, but not at 40. I'm gonna wait. Plus, what if there's another outage? They had an outage a month ago. They have another one right now. What if they have another one 2 weeks from now? Man, at that point, it'll be more than 12%. Because people will be like, man, again, a third outage, in a month and a half. So they're walking on eggshells right now.
Gotcha. Okay. From my side, though, Boris, that's it for today. So I really appreciate the information.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you on the next episode of Crypto Night. Bye-bye. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.